Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Outlet Podcast. Today we have a special school edition with Professor Rex Chapman. Thanks for hanging out with us today, Rex. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
So I made, this is the extent of my drawing abilities, but blocker charge, obviously a huge thing that's happening on Twitter that you started and led. I love it though, it's fun.
There's nothing clever about it. I know people like it. But it's so silly. It's other people's misfortune and their videos and asking blocker charge.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, I guess it's as simple as that.
It's America's funniest videos repackaged.
For Twitter, yes.
Yes.
But to be honest, like in this day and age, Twitter needed that.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like it was getting a little bit too
heavy.
like,
I
it
know.
just needed a little bit
toxic,
of like,
and now a little lighter.
a little light in there. Okay, so how did blocker charge start? What was the first video?
Truly, it started because I wanted off social media. I really did, just because of the toxic kind of political stuff that we're living in. And one day, but I knew I needed to keep, some kind of social media presence.
Yeah, I mean, you
for
work
whatever.
in broadcast
right.
and within the league, so makes sense.
And then one day, I was really just watching a video on Twitter. It came across my feed, and it was a school of dolphins swimming in toward the shore as a guy was paddle boarding out. One of the dolphins hit him right in the chest, and I said, well, that's a charge to myself. I tweeted it, and people thought it was funny, and that's it. And then
it just kind of has a mind of its own now.
Yeah.
How often do people send you blocker charge videos?
Every day.
Like you don't have to go find them anymore, do you?
I kind of like looking for them, just the different one, to find decent ones. But yeah, I mean, people send hundreds a day. It's so silly.
So how do you even manage your mentions then? Because every time anybody from the Suns organization or anybody I know across the league responds to you, if I respond to you, you always respond back. But if you're getting this many notifications, how are you even managing to pull that off?
I don't know.
Like how do you manage your Twitter?
Well, I've got a weird brain, so I'm kind of ADD anyway, so it kind of helps me stay focused somehow. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So give us a little bit of a schooling on blocker charge here. What is the sweet spot that we're looking for? Because I feel like when I watch blocker charge videos you post, I'm laughing and then I'm going, ooh,
cringing.
So it's like, what's the sweet spot?
The sweet spot is finding someone who gets hurt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which already funny.
Yes.
But finding someone who gets hurt, but we know they live.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes.
That's all I'm looking for.
Have you ever felt like there have been questionable ones where you're like, I think they survived?
No, I check.
Oh,
I
you
make
do?
sure that, I'm not trying to show blatant deaths on
absolutely.
TV or on
it's
Twitter.
A little excessive.
Yeah, so I do some homework to make sure, because some of them do. They look like, oh my God.
Well, the one where just a few weeks ago, the lady who got hit by the bus, but then just got up and walked away like it was nothing.
Unbelievable,
I was
right?
like, how is this happening?
I know. Just Mr. I guess, tire Mr. Head, something. But yeah,
that one was crazy.
I know.
Okay, who's the coolest person that has either retweeted one of your videos or responded to one of them?
Oh man, I don't know. I know that the following list is kind of eclectic, from, oh my gosh, Chris Pratt.
Okay.
Who my kids just went, what?
I saw Ice-T retweet you one
which
time.
I go
thought
back
that was
with
pretty
Ice-T
cool.
before the internet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But yeah, just basketball connection
Makes sense,
type stuff. Yeah, it's really interesting. Politicians and a lot of news people, sports people, of course. But yeah, I mean, Martina Navratilova, like heroes of mine that I grew up watching.
That's got to be pretty neat,
It's really cool. Yes, absolutely. Actors, actresses that I watch and all that stuff. Yeah, very cool.
Now you're just in the same.
Yes. I'm right at my C-level, C-list, D-list type celebrity.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, because you always put up the question is always blocker charge.
Yeah.
So I need your answers on some of these.
Well,
so
that's the beauty of it.
Is this for you a blocker or charge?
Yeah, it can be either.
Yeah, but
and
I
it
want
doesn't.
your
You
choice.
want my
yeah,
choice?
I want you to break this down.
Okay.
You're the ref here.
All right. Well,
what
if
are
I'm
you
the
calling
ref,
on this play?
If I'm the ref, this little girl stopped. She stopped. Oh, and he ran right in the back of her. That is a charge on him.
Okay.
Blocking foul, not on her. Isn't it crazy?
Okay.
So funny.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. We'll get to this
yeah,
one in a
yeah.
minute. That one is really funny. Hold, please. Okay. This one, blocker charge.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is this a TV show?
No, I think
this real
actually,
life?
some of them are so good
I know.
that you don't know if it's fake or not. The acting's really good. It sold me. That's absolutely a charge, though.
Okay, this one's a charge.
Yeah.
Can you
imagine?
Oh man, that's gotta be it. Oh, that would suck so bad.
It's so good. It's so good.
But listen, if something like this were to happen to me,
yeah.
I would want it caught on camera.
Yeah, and then
like
I can
if you're
post
in
it.
that kind of a position, yeah, where it's
Yeah,
like funny
right.
and it like sucks, but
Yeah.
you go ahead and laugh at it once you're done being angry about it. You
Right.
want it to be on camera so
Yeah,
you
I
can go
would
and
think
relive
so.
it.
I
I
would
do.
think so.
I'm with that. Okay.
Oh, that's a great one.
This one made me cringe so hard.
Yeah.
What is this one?
Well, looks like some guys hammered drunk
Yes.
on a little party barge, and gonna get off of there. And look, here, just take this step over this way. No, I got you, man. No, hang on. Whoa, hang on. Whoops, hang on. And
Oh, God.
was impaled under the armpit.
That has to hurt
That's
so
a foul
bad.
on him. I don't know what it is, whether it's a block or charge, but it's foul and it's foul. It's a foul.
Oh, God. Okay, one more. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this one.
This is not bad. This is a good one.
It's kind of
I do
sad,
remember.
though.
No. Is it an old lady or old man?
It's an old lady.
Oh, a little bike ride. That's a charge on her, though.
It definitely is, though, right? Like that car came
Charge,
to a
man.
solid
He
stop.
stopped. She had her head down. Didn't know where any of her
Oh
teammates
my
were.
gosh.
Just balled right into the car. Head her.
This one I like feel
fell
so
off there.
bad about laughing at though.
Was that Barbara Bush?
Okay, what do you think is your favorite one that you've ever posted? Can you remember?
I have no idea. No, I really can't. The sillier and funnier, the better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the other things, well, two things that you do on Twitter that I really like was, this is the Twitter content I'm here for.
Oh, I love that,
Like
right?
these are,
yeah, those are
listen,
the
I
best.
love block
Yes,
and charge,
me too.
blocker charge, but
Yeah.
like,
Those blocker
is
charge is like the
so
C or
great.
D level thing. I
Yeah.
like the Twitter
like
content.
these are the ones that when you're scrolling at night before you go to
Yes.
bed on Twitter, you're like, I can go to bed
Makes me feel good.
happy and
Right.
like with
Yeah.
a full heart and just like,
Yeah.
oh, this one's just so cute.
But what you're saying is absolutely right. And most people that, were either hooked on blocker charge or whatever, all of those people like this stuff way better. And the dog
Yeah.
videos.
Okay.
Because I'm a dog guy.
I'm a cat person.
See, I'm not a cat person. In fact, I think cats are assholes. Yeah, and you can say that on this podcast. I can.
You can, yes, you can. Although,
No, I don't. I'm also allergic to cats.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
But I also hate them.
Well, I disagree with you on that. Yes, cats are
They have
assholes.
no
but
personality.
Yes, they do.
Oh, we can talk about this off the air.
And they're like self-sufficient. Like I can leave on a road trip and come back and my cats are gonna be good. If I left my dogs, they would be dead.
Well, yeah.
Like they're just,
I
it's
get
kind
it.
of like
They're
Pinky in the
different.
Brain. Like dogs are Pinky and cats are the brain. You know what I mean?
No, dogs are the best.
The picture or the videos that you post
They're
show
pretty
them
good,
in a
right?
really good
Yes,
light.
they
But
do.
then you
Yes,
also
they
miss
do.
out on the parts of dogs where they tear apart your
Oh,
shoes
everything.
and
I
your
post those too.
couches and
Yes,
your
they do that. They sure do.
But
They
I will
sure do.
say, the dogs.
Yeah, and the feel-good
I
stuff
still
is
think
good.
they're cute.
Yes.
This is by far one of my favorite videos I've ever seen you share.
This guy is
So
his name's
funny.
Remy Gaillard. He was a former soccer player in Europe, and he does this stuff. He's a very interesting guy, very smart. He's an
Really?
activist, but he put his own Olympics together.
I mean,
out in public.
I
Found
think I watched this.
construction sites I mean, and celebrate
think-
the celebrations that he does.
Do you think he would tell them?
No,
Or you
I don't
think they actually did it?
Yeah,
like,
I don't think. I
keeping it a
think these are
secret?
unsuspecting people for the most part.
I probably watched this video at least 4 times
It's
in
so
a row
funny.
because I laughed so hard about
It's
it.
so funny. Now that one may have been
Like, that one's gotta be a little bit, right?
but you can tell some of these people have no idea what's going on.
I will say, like, he's impressive.
Oh yeah,
Like, you
really,
can tell he's actually
yes.
an athlete.
Oh, well, look,
Yeah.
he was a pro soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty gifted athletically.
But this one's
So
probably
funny,
one of my
right? Just-
favorite videos that you have shared
Yeah,
for sure.
feel good stuff.
I love it. It's
Me
so
too.
much fun. You're
Me
one
too.
of my favorite Twitter follows.
Well, thanks.
And if you guys aren't following Rex, like, you got to get on it.
Yeah,
It's
or
like,
don't.
No, do it. Because trust me.
But don't if you're easily offended.
True. That's true. Maybe like scroll through and then
Yeah,
make a
see
decision.
what's
But
for
if you
you.
haven't looked, at
Yeah.
least take a peek. Because when we're all in the office, I remember last year, there was one road trip we were on, and a lot of our broadcast crew was just starting to figure out block or charge.
Yeah.
And I think we were in the bus on the way to the airport from a game, and all of a sudden, like 3 people in the back of the bus just start cackling, like full blown cracking up. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And they're like, did you see Rex's most recent blocker charge?
That's so fun.
So
I
it's
like
just
hearing
like,
that.
yeah,
That's
like
good.
on the bus,
Yes,
when we
that's
travel,
good.
at home, in the
That's
offices,
good. It is
everything,
fun
everyone
because
is
a lot
like,
of the NBA guys now will kind of interact. The current NBA
Right.
players, which is cool for me. I like it. My kids love it. But it's for my brand, all that stuff. It's awesome. It's
yeah,
perfect.
absolutely. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit of NBA. This
Okay,
blocker
let's do
charge
it.
is super fun, but
I'm
you're
over it.
still very invested in the NBA, and you pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
obviously on NBA TV. Last year, some Charlotte Hornets broadcasts. What are your thoughts on all the changes this summer? Not just with the Suns, but in general, there's so much movement.
Yeah, that's just the way. That's the new NBA, and that's the way it's going to be. As an older guy, I kind of have those sensibilities where I like seeing the star players stay with their teams for forever. That's not how things are now. And when I think back, when I was playing, guys stayed more with their teams. Now they move around a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, that's what guys fought to get with free agency, and we're sort of evolving, and that's just how things are now. And you better get on board with it because we're not going back anytime soon.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
And I really like it. Like this year, I have no idea who's going to win the title.
And
I
that's
have
so
no
fun,
idea.
though.
It's so fun, right?
Like, that's what I want.
I
because
love
I
it,
want to go into it, it could go one of so many different ways.
Any one of 10 teams, I think,
Mm-hmm.
probably can win the thing this year. It's just, I like it. We have injuries, which I don't like,
Right.
but it's going to be a very interesting year. I start with these guys, though. I love what Robert's done, what James and Trevor and these guys have done here over the past 6 months is nothing short of amazing. I've had the pleasure of watching them work out some. This is a better team.
Yeah.
It's a better team.
I'm really excited. So let's start with that then,
Yeah.
with the coaching staff. What are your thoughts on Monty and all the guys that have been brought in to kind of fill out his staff?
I've got to give a real shout out to Robert and James for going out and getting Monty, because had they not got him when they did, my gut
Someone
is
else.
that he would be coaching the Los Angeles Lakers right now. And Monty is such a man of character and integrity. He's universally known as that, but I'm excited for these players here with Phoenix to be able to learn from Monty, not only basketball, but life stuff. He has a great staff with him: Mark Bryant, Steve Blake, Willie Green, former players, former coaches in the league, former coaches everywhere. This is a really it's a coaching staff with substance,
Yes.
and I'm really, really excited.
Well, and you were teammates with Mark Bryant, right?
Yeah.
So going all the way back to then,
Yes.
what was that like playing with him? Like, what kind of a person is he?
The things that I said about Monty just now, I could say
Same
about
thing.
Mark Bryant. Mark Bryant is one of my all-time, and if you ask anybody that played with Mark, they'll tell you one of my favorite teammates, one of our favorite teammates. He's there. He's the same every day, the same. He's not a moody person in any way.
And of course, the players on this team, a lot of new faces there as well. Who are you most looking forward to seeing, or how that player impacts the team as a whole, or even just some of the duos out there?
Well, Devin Booker is a star.
Right.
He's a star, he's going to be an all-star at some point. I'm more impressed with him every day, and of course, he's my Kentucky guy, so I got to love him up. But it starts, I think, with Devin. I'm really excited about Ricky Rubio. Just having a veteran point guard is going to make a world of difference to this team, who really struggled at that spot last season, all season. And they've got a proven guy who is, he's right there. Ricky's not an all-star in this league, but everybody knows that you have to play every single night against Ricky Rubio. He gets wherever he wants to go, and he'll spoon-feed guys like DeAndre. He'll spoon-feed guys like Devin when he gets rolling. I think a really terrific bridge. And then, filling out the roster with Dario Saric and Aaron Baines. And these are veteran guys who are basketball players. They're about winning. They come from winning organizations. And then the rookies, Cam Johnson, terrific.
They're solid rookies.
Solid. Ty Jerome, Jalen LeCue. These guys have a chance to play for a decade or more, and you don't see that a lot when you kind of look at rookies and project them out.
Absolutely. I think with Ricky too, one of the things that I'm excited about is him just coming off of that FIBA World Cup tournament, having won the championship, MVP, all kinds of accolades within that tournament. Just that's got to give him so much confidence coming into a new season with a bunch of new teammates.
I think so. Obviously, Ricky's a basketball player. I saw him when I finished retired from the Suns. I went over to Europe and watched a young Ricky Rubio who was about 15 at the time, and he played a lot like Jason Kidd then. He plays a lot like Jason now. He played well over there. Ricky doesn't lack confidence, but what I love is that we know he's here and he's in shape. When you come off a summer like that, I'm sure he took a couple weeks off afterwards, but that he came out of that healthy and in shape. I think we're going to see a really good Ricky Rubio this year in the Suns uniform.
Do you see, Tom Leander loves to kind of a little bit of a comparison of Ricky with Steve Nash. Do you see similarities there?
Yeah, well, definitely in mindset.
Okay.
They're looking to just love their teammates up, feed them, let their teammates feel good and score. Steve is a two-time MVP, but they are very similar in their mindset. As with, and I was fortunate to play with some really good point guards. I played with Jason and with KJ. I played with Stevie, and the mindset that Jason and Steve and Ricky have are very much alike, where they're just looking to run your team, put their teammates in positions to really succeed, and they always, all those guys make their teammates better.
Which, I mean,
that's
what
you
more
want.
could you ask for
That's
in a
right.
point guard, right?
That's right.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about Steve Nash, because I know you guys are super tight. What is that relationship like? How far back does it go? How much more bigger than basketball is it?
He's one of my favorite people, one of my best buddies. Stevie was a rookie. He was my rookie. Mark Bryant and Danny Manning and all of us we were playing, or I signed here the year that Steve was drafted by the Suns, and then he played with us for the next 2 years, and he didn't play very much. We played three guards. It was myself, Jason Kidd, and Kevin Johnson. And Steve rarely played. He started playing more near the end of the second year, but you could see he was really good, and he just needed, Jason was in his prime at that point. KJ was kind of at the end, but Steve needed his own team. And I hated to see him go after those 2 years, but we remained incredibly close. He got married, brought him back to, I was working in the front office with Phoenix at the time, right when Robert took over the team. And, we made a big push, and we swayed Steve to come back to Phoenix, which was just terrific.
So we owe you for
No,
that
no, you don't owe me. You definitely owe Robert and Jerry's pocketbook. That's what did it. It had nothing to do with me. But and then they had some really terrific years. But Steve's wife's water broke with their twins when I was there. He wasn't. He was out. So we have a lot of stuff. Our families are very close, and he's just one of my best buddies. I love him to death.
Do you guys talk a lot?
We text and stuff a lot more than we talk. But
Does he ever chime in about your blocker charger?
Occasionally. It's so
I would
stupid.
love to know what his thoughts are on some of those things.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be so neat. I mean, it's the same way probably in reverse, too. I sometimes think, just because I haven't ever met Steve.
Have you not?
No.
No.
I haven't had the
What?
privilege of meeting Steve yet because he was
he's
before.
just a guy.
Yeah, I know, but I know you. Okay,
right.
backstory.
Yeah.
I was your stage manager quite a few years ago when I was first starting out at GCU when you were broadcasting those games.
Yes, what I remember of those games,
Yeah.
Lynn.
Well,
I had a
listen.
big drug problem during
I
the time.
do,
Okay.
but I also am going to say
You were carrying me.
But I had nothing but positive experiences
yeah.
as your stage manager.
I was a nice
super
nice
kind.
drug addict.
You were really nice. You introduced me to Charles Barkley.
Oh, that is right. I do now.
Yeah.
See, I would have never
We hung
remembered
out with Dan Marley, of course.
Yeah,
I had a
good.
blast.
Yeah.
I learned so much
You were
during
really
those
young
years.
though then,
I
right?
was
Yeah.
a lot younger, yeah. But like I said, I got to know you as a broadcaster,
Right.
not as a basketball
Yes.
player. So it just felt a little bit,
it was different.
when I run into you, I'm like, oh, it's Rex.
Yeah,
This is my guy.
Yeah.
But Steve, I only know as a basketball player.
as
So it's
Steve
like, oh,
Nash.
it's Steve Nash.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's like, you got to think,
he's
opposites
not-
too, because Steve Nash is probably like, well, I can't believe Rex Chapman is my best friend
Yeah,
too.
well, it should tell you something that Steve likes me as silly as I am. It tells you he's just as silly.
Right.
Okay.
Well, one of these days, I hope that I can get him on this podcast.
I'm sure
Put
you
in a
can.
good word for
I'm
me,
sure
would
you
you?
can.
Let's do some Sun stories.
Yeah, let's do
Back
it.
in the day, what are some of your favorite memories
Oh man.
in a Phoenix Suns uniform?
One of my favorites involves Steve, and it's not a funny story. It's a really good basketball story
Okay.
though. It was Steve's first week of training camp, his rookie year, and Kevin Johnson had sat out a year. He had retired, but he was coming back to play this next season. So KJ and Steve are in training camp together, and KJ didn't like practicing as it was. KJ was just really good. He was so good, and I don't know that he loved basketball. He loved the games. He certainly didn't love the practice and all that stuff, and there are a lot of guys that are that way. But KJ didn't like to practice as it was. He's got a rookie, Steve, who just at the beginning of practice starts picking KJ up full court, pressuring him. And the first time he got up the floor and kind of got into the offense, but you could kind of tell KJ was bothered that this young rookie had the nerve to compete against him in practice. How dare you, right? And so next trip down, Steve did the exact same thing, and KJ was not having it and took the ball and just threw it right at Steve, tried to hit him right in the face. Well, then, Steve's going in and they get in a little thing. It was broken up in no amount of time, but KJ never practiced again.
Really?
Ever. We played another 2 years together, and he shoot-arounds, yes, but KJ wouldn't practice. He would go upstairs and take a nap a lot of times during practice. But I'm telling you, Steve was the one that prompted that move.
Pushed him over the edge. He's like, listen, I didn't like practice
That's
to begin
right.
with.
Yeah, and I'm
but
not
now?
going against this guy every day. And KJ would be a Hall of Famer had he not been hurt so much. He really would be. And that to think back, that's three Hall of Famers that were playing in the backcourt together. I wasn't one of them. KJ, Jason, and Steve. That's pretty amazing,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
What was that team like locker
Really
room
good.
wise?
It was a really good locker room. We had a lot of veteran guys, which was, really good. Danny Manning, Mark Bryant, Wayman Tisdale, Joe Klein, right on down the list. Ed Sabalos, Dennis Scott. Wes Person was a younger player at the time, but we had a really good team, a lot of fun. George McLeod. Those are the best teams I ever played on, and we never made it out of the first round.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't remind us.
Yeah, I know.
Don't remind us.
The
Rex.
league was so good. It was so good. Yeah.
Were you more of a prankster? Or who was the prankster of that group? Because
Oh.
Steve did like to have fun.
Oh, it was on. We had a really, all of us.
Can you tell us any of the pranks that were pulled?
Probably not. Probably
I gotta ask.
not.
I know, I gotta
not
ask.
the ones that. I'll think of some next time.
One
I'll have
day
some.
we'll
Yeah,
get a little
yeah.
bit. One day maybe we'll get you and Steve both on this podcast.
That'd be great.
And you guys can decide which pranks and
We could
stories
do that.
you can
That would
tell
be
us
good. That would be
together.
good.
That would be super fun.
Yeah.
Well, Rex, thank you so much for joining us. This was super fun. The last thing I have for you is Block or Charge is becoming a TV show.
How about that?
Which is so exciting.
It's insane.
Tell us a little bit about it. Where can we watch it? When can we watch it?
Yeah, it'll be on Thursdays on Adult Swim on
Okay.
your streaming apps, any of your streaming stuff. Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. It'll be, I think it's 10 p.m. on Thursdays.
Okay.
I believe. Don't hold me to that, but yes, going forward, Thursday nights, I believe, on
And you're
Adult Swim.
on this show.
What it is it's a screen of videos, and me
Okay.
and a buddy of mine are in a studio laughing at the videos. You'll hear us.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a face for radio. Right?
No.
So yeah,
You're
it's
good
silly.
you're great on broadcast.
It's
so
so
we love
silly.
it.
It's
Okay,
so
well,
silly.
we're really excited to watch Block or Charge on Adult Swim.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Okay.
yep.
10 p.m. on Thursdays.
Yep.
Is what we think it is.
That's what we think it is.
All right. Well, make sure you guys all tune in. And Rex, thank you so much again. We really appreciate you taking some time to hang out with us today.
Thanks so much. I'm so excited about this upcoming season of
Me
Phoenix Suns
too.
basketball.
Fingers crossed. Make sure you guys don't miss a game. Suns.com. Get your tickets now. There's a little plug. See you next time.